If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coach Adam Fossett Show this morning brought to you by the B.B. Comer Alumni Association, the B.B. Comer Booster Club, and Coach Fossett, a big win for B.B. Comer overtime over TC Central last Friday night. You got two of the guys with you this morning. I'll let you introduce them.
Yes, sir. I brought Ward Rush, our quarterback and linebacker, with us, and Jason McMillan, who's our fullback and plays linebacker for us as well.
Jason, talk about the touchdown in overtime. You scored it.
Once we got the stop on defense, it was a couple plays that they couldn't stop during the game. So I knew if we ran them, we could surely get 10 yards. The lineman got a good push. And so I knew once we got that push, it would be a little bit easier for me.
Ward Rush, the quarterback. Ward, you guys get to overtime. You think that it's yours to win, right?
Yes, sir. All night, our offense was running the ball very well. So I knew that, just like Jason said, we could get 10 yards.
Coach Fossett, these two young men you're awfully proud of.
Yes. These two guys, it was a total effort for us on Friday. These two guys really gutted it out for us and played hard for us, and both of them have emerged as the seasons progress. They've emerged as leaders for us. So footage here, that was not a good throw by Ward there. That was an interception for
I didn't plan that highlight either. Here's a good one, though.
Here's the pass. This was a huge pickup. This was to score to tie the game again, I think at 24. And that was a third down conversion that we had to have. So, again, this Jason running the ball, that was the overtime touchdown, yeah.
Yeah, and that's happiness right there, Coach.
Yeah, the guys were excited. Apparently you knew the camera was there. I didn't realize that. But yeah, it's it was one of those things where the whole night and these guys, at halftime, I told them, we're not really playing ball. So second half, I thought we picked it up real well. Defensively, we made some stops when we needed to. Mm-hmm. Had a couple turnovers offensively that hurt us, and late in the game, we tried to take a shot to go ahead, and had a turnover on that. So defensively, we made the stops when we needed to. And then as time ran out, actually the last play of the game was a fumble. And my mind was, man, if we could scoop and score and get this over with, I'll be happy with that too. But that didn't happen. So, but as the game progressed, you could tell the momentum shifted to our side and the energy shifted to our side, and it was just like the atmosphere was a really good atmosphere. It was a really cool atmosphere for just for everybody involved. So,
Jason, you're one of those guys that have endured some bumps and bruises in your career at B.B. Comer. How have you evolved from that into the kind of start you had here in 2018?
The history that we had, that kind of built up to it. It made you want it more. That's what it did for me. I've been playing since the 8th grade, and since the 8th grade, we haven't won that many games. 8th grade, we went.
You ever think about quitting?
Last year, I contemplated it, but then again I said, what good would that do me? What good would that do my team? It's not going to do any good. It's just going to make us look even worse.
Obviously, Coach, he's one of your leaders.
Yes, he's definitely one of our leaders. He's quiet, but he leads by example, and he does all the things right that he's supposed to do. He's got a few quirks I get on to him about, but it's nothing major. So, but he does a great job for us, and he's going to be. Jason's one of those kids that's going to be successful. He's driven. He's going to do all the things he needs to do to be successful. And
what about you?
Last year I was hurt, and the year before that, halfway through the season I was hurt. So I haven't really had the chance to really quit.
This is your first full year, right?
My 8th grade year. Okay. And really, I was out there. I never really thought about quitting, but I was always out there supporting.
Now, you can throw the ball pretty good.
Yes, sir. Sometimes.
This is an open venue show. What you see is what you get. A couple of wins on the year so far, and Coach, these young men, along with others, have kind of been integral parts of this B.B. Comer football team in your first year here as being as successful. 2 games, you may not think that's a lot, but it's been some tough times at B.B. Comer in recent years.
Yeah, definitely. At the midway point, we're 2-3, and that doesn't seem awesome to some. But when you look at our schedule and you look at who we played, you look at how it's stacked up and everything else, I honestly feel, and these guys know, honestly feel that we should be at 3-2. The Winterboro game, we had our chances and we had self-inflicted wounds, and so that's a game that I'll put on the shelf and think, man, that's one we should have won for years to come. But when you look at our schedule and look at, all right, so they lost to Winterboro, pretty good school, pretty good program, and then we lose to Sacs, they were the number 3 team in the state, now they're the number 1 team in the state, and then they go on the road and lose to Randolph County, who is the number 4 team in the state this week. So, we've got the odds stacked against us. And I explain that to these guys. We have the odds stacked against us because we have a tough region. We have it's just a tough draw. But it's kind of like I was telling somebody the other day, what are you going to do about what do you do about the region schedule? What do you do about it? You don't do anything. You got to play them. So you prepare every week and get ready the best you can. You go play and you look, you look to improve. You look to get better. Our big thing is for road games, we haven't put a whole game together yet. So Randolph County in the Sacs game, we really didn't show up at all. And then in the Randolph County game, we showed up in the second half and played a good second half. So if we can relay playing 4 quarters of football and not self-destruct with small things, then I like our chances. I like to see what we can do on the road.
We're going to continue as B.B. Comer on the road to Walter Wellborn tomorrow night. We'll take a quick time out and come back, brought to you by the B.B. Comer Alumni Association and the B.B. Comer Booster Club.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
We believe everybody should have a great night's sleep. That's why you have to check out our Scott Living mattress collection today. Quality, comfort, and a lot of Z's. Dream big.
Introducing Scott Living Mattresses. For a limited time, save up to $1,000 on any Scott Living mattress set, plus 24-month special financing when you buy a Scott Living mattress set. Now is the best time to save up to $1,000 on a Scott Living mattress set.
Come in today to check out these and many more great deals. King's Mattress Outlet, Sylacauga.
Running back Jason McMillan, quarterback Ward Rush, along with Coach Adam Fossett this morning. The B.B. Comer Tiger football show continues this morning with Coach Fossett and the guys. And Jason, when did you really begin to see and to feel that this football team could get it done this year?
From the start, from the very first summer practice, I looked around and I said, this is different from what we've had for the last few years, and I thought that this team can get things done, and so far we have,
Or those summer practices, hot, long, and you could have been doing a lot of other things, both of you guys could, but you stayed the course, and it's beginning to pay off for you. I know you're excited about this year's team.
Yes, sir. During the summer, we really hadn't had like a workout schedule until this year, and we got in the weight room and I could tell like a big difference. That made a huge difference, and I think that's helping us a lot this year.
Before we get to Walter Wellborn, Jason, your immediate thoughts after that touchdown in overtime to win it?
Celebrate. Honestly, after I scored a touchdown, I don't think it was going through my mind, we did it. We won, because they beat us 42-0 last year. And so I'm thinking, for one, before I got the ball, I'm like, yeah, I got to do it. This has to be done. And afterwards, I just wanted to celebrate.
Yeah. Or you threw a touchdown pass or two in the game against TC Central, and your thoughts as Jason crosses the goal line after your handoff?
Well, before the handoff, I was thinking we're about to score here. He runs hard. One person can't tackle him. It takes 2 or 3 people. So I knew that when he crossed the line, I was thinking, man, we just won. I mean, it was a good game.
Coach Fossett, Walter Welborn, your reward for beating TC Central.
Yeah, we get to go to Walter Welborn, go to the Hill, and it's our 3rd road game of the year, and this is our 3rd homecoming. So it's quite comical or not comical, but it's I get the common courtesy is for the hosting school coach to give you a call. So Coach Smith called and he gives me the rundown about where we're supposed to be and we'll spend what time we're supposed to be there. And he ends it with, Coach, listen, it's not my choice, but it's homecoming and so forth and so on. But Walter Welborn is a team that traditionally they're pretty solid, obviously. They do everything right offensively.
It's from a rich football area there too.
Yes, yeah. It's just there's a lot of good football in that area. So offensively, they do not make mistakes. I mean, they're very crisp. They're very they run the ball 90% of the time. About 88% of the time, there's going to be 1 or 2 guards pulling. So they've got a lot going on. There's a lot of motion in the backfield. There's a lot happening in one play. So, a big key for us is we've got to be able to read our keys defensively. If we get caught looking in the backfield and get confused, then we're going to get outmanned and they're going to get to the edge or they're going to get positive yardage. So defensively, we will be challenged defensively big time with that. So offensively, we've got to be able to establish drives. Got to be able to get first downs and capitalize on drives. So the old adage is they can't score if they don't have the ball. So if we can establish drives and move the ball down the field and then capitalize with scores, then we should be okay. The big thing for us offensively is to finish drives. We have a lot of drives where we'll pick up 2 or 3 first downs, and then all of a sudden we go backwards. And we've got to make sure that we keep moving forward. Mm-hmm. We've got to stop getting silly penalties. We've got to stop giving up plays for a loss and things like that offensively. So, and there's some guys that have been shifted around. We've had some injuries, so we've had to shift some guys around, especially on the offensive line. And those guys have stepped up big this week and practiced well for us. So, I'm looking forward to it. I think the guys are looking forward to it. We've had a pretty good week of practice. Last week's practice was so marred with rain and weather. It's good this week to actually be able to get out on the field. So,
Ward, being the Tiger quarterback and running the Tiger offense, what have you seen on tape defensively for Walter Welborn that say, wow, they're pretty good?
Their linebackers are pretty good. I mean, they're going to come downhill and they're going to tackle you. So, we just have to, the linemen have to do their job and get to the second level, do their job, and then we'll be fine.
Jason McMillan here with us as well this morning. Warden Rush, your quarterback, Jason McMillan, the running back. And both you guys play defense too?
I start on defense.
Okay, all right. Now, let's talk about defensively a little bit. You've seen tape of Walter Welborn. What concerns you about their offense?
Honestly, it's not really a weak point in our defense, but something we need to work on is really misdirection. Mm-hmm. When they send a motion to the right and they run the ball to the left, we really have I wouldn't say weak point, like I said, but we need to work on it, and Walter Welborn does it a lot.
Do you watch a lot of tape?
I do. I watch more. I don't look at a lot of offense of the other teams, but I do look at the defense. But I have looked at Walter Webber's offense because that's what we've been stressing this week about Walter Webber. Because
Ward, what about you? You watch a lot of tape?
I watch a lot of defenses. They're just kind of figuring out their weak point, just trying to figure out what we can run to do well.
Yeah. Coach, it's good that you got young men, including these two, that are attentive to the little things.
Yes. Yeah, we preach the little things. The little things take care of the big things, and that's been the key. Honestly, that's kind of been the key with these guys as a program, as they're starting to understand. They're starting to understand that. They're starting to understand that these little things add up. These little things mean a lot. So, and you see it on the field. So, like practice yesterday, we had second team defense in. And we had 3 different guys from first team defense coaching up the second team guys. Like we called them over and said, "Here, you tell them what to do," and they're telling them all the right things. So that just shows that we're paying attention to those little things. We're paying attention to what coach says and things like that. So that in itself shows that you're making strides as a program. You're making strides to get
Jason,
better.
Has the Tiger fever, what's the line that we're using?
Restore the roar.
Restore the roar. Is that caught on with the student body?
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, everybody wants that.
Do y'all see the excitement in the student body as well?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The students were out after Friday. The administration let the students come out on the field to do the alma mater with the team and the cheerleaders, which it was pretty neat to see students intermingled with them doing that. So like the excitement is amazing, and even for me after the game, I have people coming up to me. I have no idea who they are, and they're shaking my hand and telling me, that was a great game, and we're so proud, and we're this is awesome stuff. And I'm like, thanks. It's just it's kind of overwhelming. So, but it's the continued support of what's going on, and you can see it. You can even see it on the road. So like at Randolph County 2 weeks ago, I turn around and the stands are packed. I mean, there's people everywhere, and they're cheering and being loud, and and they stayed that way the whole game. It didn't matter what the score was. They continued to support. So it's a lot of fun to see that. It's a lot of fun to see a group of people coming together and supporting and being proud of these kids and showing these kids the love that they deserve for their hard work.
Well, both these guys that you have with you this morning, Jason McMillan and Ward Rush, have endured some difficult times. They've stayed the course, and we applaud both of you and your entire team that's hung in there. And some good things are beginning to happen at B.B. Comer. And Coach Fossett, we wish you guys the best against Walter Webber as we head into homecoming next week here at the stadium. So good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
We've got Coach Adam Fossett along with Jason McMillan and Ward Rush, our guests this morning here on the Coach's Corner, brought to you by the B.B. Comer Alumni Association and the B.B. Comer Booster Club. More Daybreak after this.